And introducing his opponent, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Sidney and Akeem.
Senior official here in GCW, Adam Galt, to officiate this bout. Will Leon Slater be the one to put an end to the undefeated streak of Sidney Akeem in Game Changer Wrestling? About to find out. There is the opening bell. Sizing one another up here. Headlock grabbed by Sidney as they're up against the ropes. Get a break from Leon Slater. Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Kicks away one hand, does Slater, and brings Sidney down to the mat with the other arm, holding onto that wrist lock. The shoulders flat for a count of one. Sidney kips up. Bringing away on that arm himself now. And gets it near fall. One count right there. Slater with Sidney against the ropes once again. And we get that clean break again. We do. How long will that last before competition picks up? Opting not to go for the Greco-Roman knuckle lock once again. Instead of waist lock grabbed by Sidney. Slater takes him off his feet with the drop toe hold into the front face lock. Sidney comes up with the wrist of Slater. Ringing away on the arm. Steps over that arm and gets the arm drag. Back to the headlock goes Sidney. Headlock takeover. But Slater with the leg of Sidney, trying to turn him over. Uses his free leg to kick away on Slater, frees himself, and able to sweep the legs. That's what the drop down is for. And MLJ joining me at the booth.
Whoa.
Diving into the other ring, Sidney Akeem. They have more space to play with.
Oh, and they are certainly going to play with it, aren't they?
They are.
Whoa.
And quickly to the floor, out of the second ring, goes Leon Slater before Sidney can come flying at him.
I have a feeling that this is what some may call state-of-the-art wrestling.
Yes.
This way. This way.
And Sidney Akeem saying, let's go back to the ring we're designated to be in. Do falls count in both rings or just?
I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah.
We always say here in GCW that everything is at the referee's discretion.
Sure.
They can pretty much decide. They are the authority.
Whatever's good for business.
Right. We've seen them put an end to matches in the past and have no winner. We saw a rare disqualification recently.
In most previous match,
That was the
top guy.
JCW rules, but I mean, even in a GCW rules match,
Yeah, true.
back in Hartford. It's Leon Slater is underneath the leapfrog of Sidney. Going for the O'Connor roll. Goes onto the ropes, does Sidney Akeem, slides past Leon Slater, spinning crossbody.
Makes that look so easy. Does Sidney Akeem. A twisting crossbody. And Leon Slater feeling the effects of it. Sidney Akeem charges in. Back elbow.
Has him in the corner, trying to whip him across the ring, but Slater put on the brakes.
Kicked him right in the face, too.
This time he gets the whip, back first into the corner.
Whoa.
And launches Sidney across the ring. I guess that's good defense.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And now here's the offense. Pescado from Leon Slater.
Neither one of these guys are safe going to the outside. They will both throw caution to the wind and fly if necessary.
Sidney trying to get back to his feet on the floor here. on the AstroTurf here in the party zone.
Yes.
And shoulder first into the ring post went Sidney Akeem.
That's not a good party for Sidney Akeem. I'll tell you that.
Now I was gonna say, good thing at least it wasn't his head that went to the ring post, but you don't want your shoulder to meet steel in that way either, because Leon Slater's gonna take full advantage of that potential injury now to the shoulder of Sidney Akeem.
Of course, and then if you take away the strength of that shoulder, the arm, you're not able to leap onto the top rope with the springboard. You're not able to perform the back handsprings necessary for that final act. I mean, if you're going to take away a body part of Sidney Akeem, taking away that arm, that's a good plan.
It is a wise strategy on the part of Slater.
That's a lot of his momentum from those flips, back handsprings to Sidney Akeem. But Leon Slater going to make sure that's neutralized. Trying to win here, though.
Multiple covers and getting frustrated. Of course, that final act that you referenced, a double back handspring into a cutter, that has earned him many of his victories thus far since his arrival in GCW.
Nobody's been able to figure out Sidney Akeem just yet. Nobody's been able to pin them shoulders to the mat.
Slater giving it his best shot here, working over the arm of Sidney, targeting that body part. Intelligent wrestling.
Sidney Akeem holding that arm close to his body.
Gets kicked in the side of the head instead.
Yeah, that's not good.
Slater continuing to stay on the arm.
Nice focus here from the young man from the United Kingdom.
Brings him over, just ringing away on the arm, flipping him down to the canvas.
Now Leon Slater has Sidney in his sights, comes in, found a boot for his trouble. Sidney Akeem trying to fight with the other arm. Oh.
And clutching his arm immediately, Sidney Akeem.
See, he couldn't brace for his weight.
Oh, and once again, shoulder first to the steel. Even more damage done.
And we're seeing this game plan of Leon Slater really come together here. That was just one time Sidney Akeem tried that back handspring. If he's even thinking about that final act, he's got to do that twice. And if he can't get it done even once, well, we got a problem.
You better be thinking about alternate strategy and perhaps taking the final act out of his repertoire of maneuvers, at least for the rest of this match. Trying to get back inside the ring now. Slater decided not to go for a high-risk maneuver to the floor. Stopping away on the arm. Instead, he just waited for Sidney to get back inside. And back to the arm he goes.
He's got that arm barred here. And Leon kind of squatting and sitting, kneeling on top.
And really leaning back to apply maximum pressure to the hold. See the expression of pain on the face of Sidney. And the fans encouraging him to fight out of this hold. Turn things around in this match. Back to his feet. Firing away at the midsection. Frees himself from the hold, does Sidney Akeem.
And he's fighting. He's continuing to fight, blocking the shots of Leon and nailing some of his own. Whoa.
Stays on his feet right there. Slater tried to go back to work on the arm. Snapmare brings Slater to a seated position.
Oh, kicked him right in the forehead. Just stepping over the shoulder. A little back kick right to the forehead. Sidney Akeem now looking to climb up to the top rope here.
Slater trying to stay on his feet.
He's woozy. Whoa.
Cross body.
Right on top for the cover.
But only gets two with it.
Adam Galt with his, I guess you would call it the second official assignment of the evening. We saw the coin flip earlier.
Yes.
Team GCW with the advantage. I was barely able to get that out before they threw me out of the...
Yeah.
Well, that's still to come later tonight. Right now, moonsault misses. Sidney landed on his feet, rolled back through, but got caught with that release Blue Thunder. Leon Slater going for the win, but Sidney kicked out at 2 3/4.
Very close right there.
Also got that ultra-violent championship bout still to come, a hardcore scramble.
As well, the return of Cole Radrick to take on Blake Christian later on tonight.
Yes, welcome back, Ratty Daddy. And you know full well Atlantic City is Ratty Daddy country. Big night here for Game Changer Wrestling in our home base of Atlantic City.
Just a bit different scenery here in Atlantic City.
I love it.
Back to the arm goes Slater, dropping down and dropping that arm across the top rope.
Oh, ducked out of the way, the side kick. Now Sidney. Oh, man.
Got smoked in the face with that boot.
He sure did.
Sidney through the legs.
What
Picks up the
maneuver.
chest back to his feet. And Slater with a super kick. Ooh, very, very close right there.
Now back, about 30 years ago, Booker T would throw that and he would call that the Harlem sidekick.
There you go.
Now is that like the UK sidekick?
We'll have to ask Leon Slater if he's got his own name for it.
If he doesn't, he should, because he really, like you said, he smoked them.
Both wrestlers back up. Slater with hold of the wrist, trying to continue the devastation to the arm of his opponent, but Sidney fighting it off. Several punches.
Just right after right after right.
Slater really wrenching up on a hammerlock now. Elbows from Sidney in response. Wrenching up on the hammerlock even more.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Backdrop into a sunset flip position. Sidney on top.
Leon on top, folding the legs. He almost got him.
An exchange of near falls there as the leverage was going back and forth between both competitors.
Very rare that you see somebody cross the legs of their opponent in a cradle like that.
And Sidney got booted off the apron down to the AstroTurf.
I'll tell you, the momentum of Leon Slater nearly took him over the top to the floor. But luckily for himself, he was able to catch himself on the apron, and now, ooh, he was gonna fly.
He saw his opponent was moving out of the way to the other side. Actually, he's behind the ring post right now, but I don't think that's gonna stop Leon Slater. Here he comes!
Whoa!
Over the ring post and connecting with Sidney out on the floor. Grabs hold of him and sending Sidney back inside the ring.
I got a little bit of a Joey Lawrence out of me.
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
The final
Unbelievable.
act from Sidney! And that's 3. Still undefeated in Game Changer Wrestling.
The winner of the match, Sidney Akeem.
Leon Slater did a great job of focusing on one body part for the majority of the match, the arm of Sidney Akeem, but it did not lead to a